Hello and welcome to On the Mat with Lydia. That's me. And whatever has brought you to your yoga practice today, you are very welcome here. Today's class is a quick yoga flow yoga stretch for flexibility. So flexibility is really built over time by just doing little bits every day. So this is a practice you can always be coming back to, even just little bits and pieces of this, so that you can build your flexibility a little bit more over time. So let's get right into it. We're gonna start on hands and knees. Finding your hands just about underneath your shoulders, your knees under your hips, and find a nice flat back here. So lengthening out through your spine from the crown of your head out through your tailbone. A little tuck of the chin here to keep the back of your neck long as well. Tone the belly, lifting navel to spine. We'll take a full breath in here. As you exhale, lift your navel, tuck your tailbone, tuck your chin. Then inhale, reverse that action. Start to arch the back, shoulders back, chin lifts. Exhale, round and tuck, looking back towards your toes. With your breath, inhale into your cow pose, broadening the collarbones. And exhale, round into your cat. Keep that going at your own pace, really waking up the spine here. So starting from our center, moving through this entire length of your spine from head to tail. One more time here, we'll take a nice full in breath to find that cow pose, arching the back. Nice slow, smooth out breath to round into your cat. Come back to neutral with an inhale. Let's bring the knees wider apart. Now bring the big toes together behind you. And then ever so slowly start to shift your hips back towards your heels. As you sit back, notice how your hips, your low back are responding. And stop at that point where you start to feel some sensation or some stickiness in your body. From there, let the arms walk forward. Chest and forehead melt down towards the mat. Now, it does not matter if your head meets the floor or if your booty meets your heels. Just letting yourself come down into this shape as low as your body wants to go today. Maybe that means you find a block or a blanket under your forehead. Maybe sitting a block underneath your sits bones, just giving yourself that little extra support so you can really sink in here. Reaching your fingertips forward. Heavy back through your hips, breathing through the full length of your spine. We'll take another inhale here, and exhale slowly. Press down into your fingertips to tent your palms like you're protecting two cupcakes under your hands, and then walk those hands over towards the right side of your mat. Feeling a stretch through the left side of your waist as you relax your palms down. Keep reaching back through your left hip, forward through your left fingertips. Take a full breath in, complete breath out. Tenting the palms, find those cupcakes again, and let's walk the hands all the way over to the left edge of the mat. As you arrive, relaxing your body down again to feel that stretch through your right side waist. Big breath into your right side rib cage. And slow, smooth breath out. Tenting your palms, arms come back through center now in your child's pose. Let's relax the palms down, but keep clawing down through your fingertips. With an inhale, lift yourself up, shifting shoulders over wrists. Bring your knees back to center. Your shins are making an 11. Take an inhale here, nice and proud. As you exhale, slowly lower all the way to your belly. Does not have to be graceful to get there. As you land, stretch your right arm out by your side, either in a T shape or bending the elbow. Wherever you are, really press down through your right palm. Your left hand is next to your left side chest. Slowly begin to roll yourself onto the right side of your body until you feel a stretch through your right shoulder, and right side of your chest. Now that top left leg might drop back behind your right leg. It might stack one leg on top of the other. Or the most mild option here would be to bend the left knee in front of you, just giving yourself a little support through the lower body as we focus the stretch into the upper body. Now, what matters less is how deep you go into the pose. What matters more is your breath while you're there. So really think about those big, intentional, expansive inhalations and those slow, smooth, calming exhalations. On this side, we'll take another inhale. And with your exhale, really, really slowly unwind. So rolling back onto your belly. We'll bring that right arm in and switch to the other side. So left arm out, right hand next to your chest. Slowly roll to your side, letting your head rest down. Choose where you'd like that top leg to go on this side. It might be different than what you did on the other side. That's a-okay. And as you land, really feel into that sensation for your left shoulder, left side chest. And take a few slow, steady breaths here. So again, by really being mindful with your breath, you're letting your body know that you are safe to stretch into these deeper postures. So there's no need to really force your body anywhere that feels sticky or painful in any way. Simply find that place of sensation where you start to feel the stretch, and then let your breath do the rest. Here we've got another inhale. Slow exhale to unwind. Really, really, really slow as you come back to your belly. Awesome. As you come back through center, lift your chest, bring your forearms to the mat. Elbows just about underneath your shoulders, palms planting down, a little 11 with the forearms here. And then roll your shoulders back, lift your chest. So imagine dragging your elbows towards your hips and dragging your hips towards your elbows, creating this really sweet back bend. So a little bit more opening for the chest, the belly, the front of the body in our Sphinx pose here. You might play with gently moving the head around. Maybe little rainbows side to side, or looking over your right shoulder and then over your left. Just 2 more breaths to explore here. Beautiful. Last inhale in your Sphinx. And exhale completely. Lovely. From here, let's bend the right knee out to the side. So your knee is coming about in line with your hip, maybe slightly below. Your right ankle is staying in line with your right knee, coming into our half frog shape here. So you may choose to stay lifted on your elbows. Maybe you stack one hand on top of the other and rest your forehead down as a nice little pillow. Wherever you are, can you think about turning your right hip down towards the floor? So you feel a bit more of that stretch on the inner line of your thigh. 2 more full breaths here. Letting your pelvis be heavy, melting towards the mat. Another inhale. And exhale. From here, gently roll onto the left side of your body, keeping your right knee out to the side. You can support your head with your left hand. Think about turning your left thigh flat into the mat. So your left knee is pointing straight down. And then bend into that left knee, curl your heel towards your booty. From here, sweep your right arm up and back until you catch your foot or your ankle. Now, if this is feeling like a lot on your shoulder or on your knee, then you can release the grip, just curl in as much as it feels good for you. We're looking for a stretch through the front of the left thigh. Beautiful. Just 2 more breaths here in our cat-tail pose. Remember those smooth, steady breaths in and out through your nose. Lovely. Now we're going to release slowly here. So if you have a grip on your foot, gently release. Bring it back to the mat. Roll back towards your stomach. And then send your right leg back to meet your left, coming back through your Sphinx. If it feels good, maybe a little wiggle side to side to reset. And then same thing, other side. So left knee bends, knee in line with hip, ankle in line with knee. Perhaps keeping your chest lifted or dropping down, forehead to hands. Again, turning that left hip down towards the mat. So both hip bones are pointing straight down. And looking for that sensation in the inner line of the thigh into your hip. You might even imagine sending your breath into that space. Using your inhales to create a little bit more space there. Using your exhales to relax, release the muscles around your hips. And let's take another inhale here. And exhale. Moving slowly towards our cat tail now. Roll onto the right side of your body, bringing your right hand to support your head and neck. Left knee is still bent. That right thigh is turning towards the mat. So trying to point your knee straight down as best you can. Let's bend into the right knee, curl heel to glute, and then sweep your left arm back to catch the foot. Maybe using a strap here or even a towel if you have it. Now we're really being gentle, pulling that heel closer to the booty, making sure there's no strain in that right knee. But if you do find you need more sensation in this stretch, you can take that right knee a little bit wider. You'll find that increases the sensation. So again, less sensation, bringing your knee closer to the body and maybe even releasing your grip on the foot. More sensation, opening the knee a little bit wider. Awesome job wherever you are. Nice full breath in and slow breath out. Gently releasing your foot if you have that grip. Rolling yourself back through center, left leg meets the right. Coming back to your Sphinx pose. Lovely. Let's slide the palms now to either side of the chest. Gently press yourself up through hands and knees. And let's tuck the toes for a moment. Let ourselves lift into a downward facing dog. So just a little reset here to pedal out your heels, wiggle out through your hips. Feeling that stretch through the backs of your legs and through your spine. Take a full breath in your downward facing dog. And complete breath out. When you're ready, knees drop down to the mat. Swing your hips to one side, feet come around in front of you. And let's lay ourselves all the way down onto the mat. Take your time getting there. And as you come to lay on your back, just find a moment with your knees bent, your feet planted, and feel the length of your spine just stretching along the floor. Let your shoulders settle down into your back, really spreading those collarbones wide, feeling all that space that you've created with these stretches so far. Awesome. As you're ready, right knee hugs in towards your chest. Maybe a little roll of your right ankle to get out some snap, crackle, pops. And let's use the hands to gently roll through that right hip, making some small circles in both directions. Awesome. Letting your right knee open wide, bring your right ankle to the top of your left thigh, finding this figure 4 stretch here. Maybe that right hand gently presses your right thigh away from you so you can feel a bit more of that sensation in your outer hip. If you need more, lift the left foot, reach between your legs to grab the back of your left thigh. The closer your legs come towards your chest, the more intense the stretch is going to be. So you control the sensation. If you need more, bring it closer. If you need less, back off a little bit with it. Remember, not about how deep you go into the pose. It's about your breath while you're there. Keeping those steady inhalations, those slow, smooth exhalations, telling your body, yes, this is good. I want to create more space here. I'm safe to create more space here. And we're in this shape for another full breath in. Complete breath out. Slowly unwind, and as you do, draw both knees in towards your chest. Arms will spread out wide to a T with the palms face up. Take an inhale here. As you exhale, drop your knees to the left side of your mat, finding yourself in a twist. If it feels good, you might scoot your hips a little bit to the right, just lining up this whole right side of your body. So right hip lengthening away from right shoulder. And we're here for 3 breaths, enjoying this sweet release through the spine as you twist. You might notice that your chest is feeling a little open here as well. Might feel good to take your gaze over towards your right thumb, really integrating your entire body into the pose here. And we have another inhale here. And exhale. Inhale brings you back through center, coming back onto your back. Planting the soles of your feet once more, centering yourself on your mat. Let's draw the left knee in now and find that same sequence on the other side. So we'll start by rolling through the ankle, maybe squeezing and releasing the left toes. And then start to move that into your left hip. Just some small, gentle circles in both directions. And you might notice immediately that this left side feels different than your right. Might be a little bit tighter or a little bit more open. That is totally normal to have those little asymmetries in your body. Let's move into that figure 4 here, opening the left knee, placing left ankle onto your right thigh. Start here, gently exploring the sensation as you press your left thigh away from you, keeping your spine long, your body relaxed. Then if you decide you want a little bit more sensation in this stretch, you can lift your right foot, reach for the back of your right thigh, and go a little bit deeper into this stretch for your left hip. So it's awesome to note these asymmetries that you find in your body. That will give you information that will kind of guide your practice. So for example, if you're feeling this left hip is a little bit tighter than your right hip, then you might choose to stay here for a couple of extra breaths, just giving a little bit more time for your left hip to release. It's always fun to get curious about these little things in your body, to get to know yourself through the practice. And over time, you'll get to know more and more of what you need to really serve you. For now, all together, we have another inhale here. And exhale. Unwinding your legs, bring your knees into your chest. Arms stretch out to a T. Let's take an inhale here. And with your exhale, let your knees drop to the right. Find your twist on this side. Option again to scoot your hips a little bit closer to the center of your mat. Maybe finding your hand on top of your leg or between your legs for added support. Feeling that stacking of your hips, that opening of your chest to help you create this twist. If you'd like to add that gaze towards your left thumb, feel free to do so now. We've got 2 more breaths here. Another inhale all together. And exhale. Inhale brings you back through center, moving slowly. Once again, meeting with your feet planted, lying flat on your back. One leg at a time, start to stretch your legs out long, reaching your feet towards the bottom corners of your mat. Let your palms turn up, your shoulders relax down your back. And if it feels safe and comfortable for you, you can close your eyes here. Settling into our corpse pose, Shavasana, for a few rounds of breath here. You are always welcome to stay here longer, letting yourself really soak in all that movement, all that you've done for your body today. All together, we'll be here for 3 more breaths into the nose, out through your mouth. So all together, let's inhale, big breath in. Exhale through pursed lips. Again, inhale to balloon through your belly, your rib cage, your chest. Exhale slowly through your mouth, really draw it out. Once more, we'll inhale together here. And exhale. Then wiggle your fingers, wiggle your toes. Roll through your wrists and ankles. Start to stretch your arms back behind you when you're ready. Legs come together, making one long line on your mat as you stretch from fingers to toes. From here, bending your knees, rolling onto your side, and moving gently, slowly here. Press yourself up into a seated position. We'll meet in Sukhasana, easy seat. Palms come together to meet in front of your heart. Sealing your practice with a moment of gratitude. Thanking yourself for showing up to your mat. Thanking your amazing body for all that it is capable of. I thank you so much for meeting me on the mat. Until we meet here again, be well.